One single password can take your whole business from running smoothly to complete chaos. That's why in this video, I'm about to show you how you can manage your passwords smoothly without even trusting any third-party applications. So this all started last week when I was in a call with one of my clients connecting their Google Sheet to their WooCommerce, and suddenly he realized that the sticky note he wrote the password on was actually missing. And he was like, oh, I might have sent the password to my wife last night. Then 2 minutes of awkward silence when he was scrolling through the chats and searching for that single password. If this sounds bad to you, stick with me, because today I'm about to show you how a successful business handles their password and why that sticky note can be a biggest security nightmare for you. Alright, so here's the solution: professional password managers. And no, I'm not talking about your browser's built-in password managers. A proper password manager does three things for you that an Excel sheet can't. First, it encrypts your data and keeps it safe. Second, it lets you share your passwords with your particular teams without sending them over Slack or WhatsApp. Third, suppose you are an organization manager and someone from your team suddenly quits the job. So you are one click away to get all the access from him. Now let me address the elephant in the room. So you might be thinking that without even trusting my Google Sheets and sticky notes, now I have to trust those third-party applications. And that's a fair concern. See, companies like Bitwarden and 1Password are actually solid, but when it's your business on the line, trusting them with everything can feel a little risky. So what if I tell you there is a way to get all the benefits just like a professional password manager, but without even storing your data to their server? Instead of that, everything will be saved in your own server, fully under your control. This is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to use Vaultwarden for this, which is almost like a private version of Bitwarden. It's 100% open source and written on Rust. That's why it's much lightweight and faster as well. Let's begin with the setup. So firstly, what we'll do is we'll run it locally. If everything goes well, I'll tell you how you can put it into your own server so that everyone from your team can use it from everywhere. Don't worry, if you are not that much technical, I'll provide you with a step-by-step documentation so that you can understand in each step what is happening. Alright, first thing first, we need Docker installed now. Now you might think, what is Docker? Think of Docker like a virtual container that will be running your password manager in your server, keeping everything isolated. If you don't have Docker yet, head to docker.com and download it. It's free for small businesses, Windows, Mac, Linux, it doesn't matter. It runs on almost everything. The installation is pretty straightforward. Just follow the installer, and once you're done, you might need to restart your computer, especially if you are on Windows. Okay, after the restart, for a quick check if our Docker is running properly, we need to open our PowerShell, type docker space hyphen hyphen version, and if you see this kind of output, then your Docker is running properly and we're good to go. To smooth up the process, I have created a step-by-step documentation so that it can be much easier to you guys to set up the password manager. Okay, now we'll create all the necessary files and the folders. Either you can create all the files manually, or I have provided a set of commands in the documentation. You can just copy them and paste it into your PowerShell. And always make sure your PowerShell is running with administrator privilege. Inside the Vaultwarden file, there's a docker compose.yml file. So basically, this is like the recipe how we want our Vaultwarden to be. And the caddy will handle all of the incoming requests. It makes your Vaultwarden accessible via your domain with HTTPS. Okay, let's start with creating the files. We'll just copy paste the commands from my documentation. And just like that, all the required files are created. Now let's go inside the Vaultwarden file and you'll get to see a Docker Compose file there. Let's open it with Notepad. In the step-by-step documentation, in 2.1 step, you'll get to see a set of code. Copy it and paste it in this Notepad. Now, in this code, you will have to change certain things according to your organization, like the whitelist domain, organization name, the subdomain it will be hosted on, and the organization creation user. Now, the main thing you will have to change is admin token. This can be a strong password or a super strong hash password. You can also use Argon2ID hashing algorithm to hash your password to make it super durable. To get something like that, there's a command in my documentation. You can copy that and paste it into your terminal. It will be asking for your password. You can input the password and it will hash it with Argon2ID. Now you can replace the admin token with the one you just created. Now, talking about other environment variables, depending on your needs, you will have to change them. Now, let's open the terminal in this folder and run docker compose up space -d. If this is running, then the docker compose file is totally fine. Okay, our Vaultwarden container is running properly now. Now we can shift towards caddy. And just like the Vaultwarden one, we'll edit the caddy's docker compose file. Copy the code from the documentation and paste it in the notepad. We'll be using caddy only for the port forwarding purposes. For this compose file, you don't have to change anything here. In the next step, go inside the caddy config file and open the file as a notepad. Now, just like the other ones, copy the code from the documentation and paste it here. Just replace it with your domain and we're done. Now we have all the files that we'll be needing. Let's test it locally, and if everything seems good, we'll shift it to our server. Now the magic happens when we run docker compose command in both files. Open terminal in caddy and vaultwarden files separately and run docker compose upd. As you can see, both of your container are running properly. Now if you go inside the caddy and click on show more, you will see a localhost 80. If you click on it, this will take you to your password manager. Now the browser will warn you that the site is not secure. Now click on advanced and proceed to localhost. Don't worry about it. Actually, the caddy cannot issue a SSL certificate for the local host. When we'll be hosting this to a server with a proper domain, caddy will automatically generate a SSL certificate and make it secure. So it is running on your hardware locally. Now you will have to put this in your server so that everyone from your team gets to use the password manager. For that, we'll have to shift all the files to your server and deploy it so that everyone from your team get to use it. I'm using DigitalOcean for this project because it's feasibility. For just $4, you can get enough amount of resources. Now I'll get the IPv4 address from the droplet and SSH into the server. Now I'll just copy paste some of my commands from the documentation. Just follow me as I execute the commands. Now we'll remotely log into our server with SSH, the username, at the rate, the IP address. Now enter the password. Okay, we have logged into our server successfully. Now we'll run sudo update, which will update all the files already present in the server. These two lines are for downloading the installation script for Docker and running it. We'll also have to download the Docker Compose plugin. Using that, we'll be able to run the containers inside the server. Now let's create the folders inside your server. Now in your PC, where you already have all the files, get into the main file and open the terminal. Then copy paste this code and make sure you have changed the username and the server IP. This command line will copy your Vaultwarden compose file and put it into the server. Now use the next command to copy the caddy folders from your machine to the server. Okay, files are all set. Now let's go back to the server and create a network and a volume for caddy. so that caddy also can save the data like TLS certificates. And we are almost done. Now we'll just have to get into each folder for caddy and Vaultwarden, and we'll run docker compose up -d. To check if all the containers are running properly, you can write docker space ps. It will show you active containers that are running right now. Now this time, your containers are running on a server, but it's still on a local host. That's why we have to connect your domain with the server. Okay, for that, you will have to go to your domain provider's website. Now, under the DNS, add a new DNS record. In that DNS, the type should be A. Write the same host you had written in the Docker Compose. The value will be your server's IPv4 address. And the TTL, you can keep it as 3600 seconds. It might take a few minutes to show up in your domain. And now you have a secure password manager for your business. Let's get into the admin page and configure your password manager depending on your business needs. If you edit the URL and put admin in the URL instead of login, now the authentication key is your admin token, which previously you wrote in the Docker Compose. Now let's copy this, put it here, press enter, and it will redirect you to our admin page where you can configure the password manager. You can also invite other users, manage the organization. You have lots of settings here and configure it in many ways. Look, here's the bottom line. Whether you're going with a commercial plan or a self-hosted plan, anything is better than from your current Excel sheet that you're using for your passwords. Your business depends on your passwords, so compromising a single password can be a reason to compromise your whole business. If you are facing any kind of issues setting up this, drop a comment down below and I will surely help you with this. We automate workflow and create custom apps, so if that is something you're looking for, surely contact us at contact@messyprogrammer.dev. In the next video, I'm going to completely blow your mind. I'll provide you with a recipe that will help you to create fully customizable UI for your Google Forms. Hit the subscribe button if it was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.